Today is the 9th day of the countdown leading to Nnamdi Kanu's court case, which will be on the 13th of June. As you are aware, yesterday, being the 10th day of the countdown, we made certain demands demanding that he should be granted bail or sent to the appropriate institution. Well, today, we are taking a step further, and this time we are demanding the complete and unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we make this demand because we believe that Nnamdi Kanu is unjustly and for obvious reasons clear for everybody to see, ethnically profiled and targeted. Perhaps if there were people who did not believe that the Igbos are...
Hello everyone, thank you for joining me live. Thank you for joining my live section. Thank you for coming back to join my live section. So guys, today is the 5th day of June 2025, and please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do well to hit that subscribe button as we come to update you guys on what is happening around the country. So today is the 5th day of June 2025, and today is the 8th day for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial to be continued. He's going to appear in court on the 13th of June 2025. So it is good we come out and talk about his wins, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has dismantled all lies by DSS. He has dismantled all lies by DSS witnesses. With all the witnesses they brought, with all the, they called them DSS witness, with all the evidence they brought, none has proven that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. None has proven that Nnamdi Kanu has committed treason. Even the judge has said it. Please round up this thing because they will soon go for break. Please be fast with all these evidences. DSS said that they are going to still, that there are more evidences that they should wait with all the evidences, because the evidences, they are now too much. With all the DSS witnesses, none of them has proven that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, or none has proven that Nnamdi Kanu actually committed treason. That's to tell you what is happening in Nigeria, that they are just holding him there for nothing. Nnamdi Kanu is not a criminal. He's an innocent man. Even the judge has confirmed that even some of the witnesses they brought, in fact, all are lies against him. They are lies. He has confirmed it. Thank God for the kind of judge presiding over Nnamdi Kanu's case. If it was the time of Binta Nyako, this progress, they will not even make this kind of progress. But thank God, because of the kind of judge that is presiding over Nnamdi Kanu's case. So you can see that Nnamdi Kanu is really securing victory because in fact, he's to be released. Kanu and Gabi should put it to the judge that, my lord, all these people, all these DSS witnesses, they are enough. And none can prove that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. None. Just like even the masked ones, people were thinking because they are masked, they are going to say a lot of things. But then they don't know what they are doing. All they say is, any question they ask them, they will say they don't know. These are people that came to prove something. So that's to tell you that these DSS people know what they are doing. They are just purposely, they know that Nnamdi Kanu is innocent, but they are just keeping him there because they know that they cannot stand Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nigerian government cannot stand Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One of the major reasons why Nnamdi Kanu is still in that place for about getting close to 5 years now is because of they cannot stand them. And that is why they have to go and arrest Simeon Ekpa. And then Simeon Ekpa that did not do anything. Simeon Ekpa that, okay, if you actually said, because they actually said that Simeon Ekpa is a terrorist. And then if you say someone is a terrorist, why don't you come and prove that this person is a terrorist? Those people that said he's a terrorist, why don't you, go and prove and say this person is a terrorist? But then there's no investigation, nothing. Even the president, applauded Finland government for arresting him, even without making investigation if Simeon Ekpa is truly a terrorist. But because of this man is an Igbo man, let me tell you that Igbos are just unjustly treated in Nigeria. This Nnamdi Kanu's case and Simeon Ekpa's case is just an eye-opener to tell you that truly the Igbos are maltreated. Truly the Igbos are not treated rightly. The Igbos are being maltreated in this country. This Nnamdi Kanu's case, because tell me, what did the Nnamdi Kanu do? They said he committed treason, and then they said he's a terrorist. With all the prosecution, with all the trial and everything, with all the investigation, there is no proof to say that this man is truly a terrorist. There is no proof. So you see that this man has just been in DSS. In fact, DSS is supposed to, apologize for holding that man there. And then as things are going, Nnamdi Kanu will soon be released. They need to, the judge was saying that DSS should round this thing up. They said they still have more evidences to bring to show that this man is a terrorist. Why the thousands of evidence you've brought, none has proven that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. So which other evidence do you want to bring? Is it the lies? Is it you want to formulate lie or what? You want to come and formulate? Thank God that Master Nnamdi Kanu is just, dismantling all the lies brought by DSS witnesses. Imagine for DSS to be lying. What do you say about that? DSS will just be lying. Lying like that's to show you that these people know what they are doing. Anyways, I'm going to play a video for you guys to watch. This man said a lot of things in this video. Guys, take a look.
Today is the 9th day of the countdown leading to Nnamdi Kanu's court case, which will be on the 13th of June. As you are aware, yesterday, being the 10th day of the countdown, we made certain demands demanding that he should be granted bail or sent to the appropriate institution. Well, today, we are taking a step further, and this time we are demanding the complete and unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we make this demand because we believe that Nnamdi Kanu is unjustly and for obvious reasons clear for everybody to see, ethnically profiled and targeted. Perhaps if there were people who did not believe that the Igbos are unjustly and wrongly treated in the Nigerian state, Nnamdi Kanu's trial should be an eye-opener and a clear event to convince you otherwise. And if you're still doubting, I'm going to read out a list, comprehensive one, of people who are walking free in this country. And these people have threatened the Nigerian state. In fact, these people have committed more than enough to land them in prison, more than enough to land them in firing squad. I'm telling you the fact. But for one reason or the other, they are still walking free without handcuff. Walking free in this country. In fact, many of them, as you are aware, are even doing business with Nigeria. They are even doing contracts for Nigeria. Some of them are even in politics. Some of them are in institutions. They are smiling, moving up and down the country. They are free men. But one thing all of them have in common is that they are not Igbos. It's only an Igbo man who can do something in this country, and the security agencies and the federal government will tell you, don't worry, just take a bow and go. Don't worry. It was a mistake. We forgive you. Take a bow and go. But when an Igbo man does it, all hell will be let loose. Without taking your time, please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Very important. watch this video to the end, because I'm going to be telling you the reasons why Nigerian government must release Nnamdi Kanu immediately. Look at this funny list I'm going to read out to you, and you will be shocked at the depth of ethnic bias, and tribalism when it comes to exerting justice, neutrality in this country. It is too much. I'll read. Okay, this is a list of people in Nigeria who have committed high-level treason and various crimes against the state, against the security agencies, against the Nigerian people, and yet are walking free. Number 1 on the list, Asari Dokubo. He is from the South, and his crime is treason. He was arrested for treason, insurrection, and threats to national security. As you are aware, Asari Dokubo, with his Niger Delta People's Volunteer Force in the early 2000s, wreaked havoc, kidnapped, killed security agencies, and destroyed Nigeria's pipelines and oil facilities. And he was arrested in 2005. He was released on bail 2007. And after that, he accepted amnesty 2009, and he remains active in politics. He remains active in politics. He is walking free. He's a free man. So now he has finished killing our army and our police and kidnapping oil, workers, and bombing everything, losing Nigeria, our commonwealth. That is committing treason. And all you can do is to bring him into politics and pamper him. Don't worry, you are okay. Yeah? Don't worry, you are okay. Carry on, my boy. Even giving him money, pay him salary every month after committing treason and crimes against the country. Let's go on. Asari Dokubo, number 1. Number 2, Bello Turuji. He's from Fulani. What is his crime? Banditry, mass killings, terrorism in Zamfara State and Sokoto State. He has been never apprehended or arrested, despite being on the terror watch list. He was in 2021 and 2022 unofficially pardoned. Let me tell you, at that time, he was unofficially pardoned during a negotiation that was trying to get peace efforts. I think it was Sheikh Gumi that was involved in that negotiation as at that time. Sheikh Gumi, that controversial sheikh. So as at 2021 and 22, that was under Buhari, he was pardoned. Check that out. You can imagine. For a whole criminal. And many believe that he was shielded from justice for tactical reasons. Protecting criminals. People who have unalived army, unalived police, executed them, send them down to the dungeons, send them to the early graves. Manhandled our young girls, abused them. Because he's from a certain tribe, he say, take a bow and go. Let's go on. Ali Ndume. You all know Senator Ali Ndume. He's from Northeast, he's from Kanuri. His crime, which we all remember, he had alleged ties with Boko Haram, allegedly named in a confession by a Boko Haram member. Remember Ali Ndume, when people were calling him Boko Haram sponsor, Boko Haram terrorist, Boko Haram sponsor, and he was arrested. But listen, he was granted bail and he continues in the Senate, eventually cleared by the court due to lack of direct evidence. Where is he from? Northeast. He still remains a powerful senator in Borno State. Where are all this evidence you people are getting for these people? Where are you people keeping them? Aside Dokubo's own, where is it? Where is Alun Dume's evidence? Where is it? Because you arrested him with evidence, and so suddenly you let him to go. Where did you keep the evidence? Let's go on. Sunday Igboho, ethnic group, is from Yoruba. Crime committed, arms possession, incitement, secessionist threats, and Yoruba Nation campaign, threat to secede, which is also treason and terrorism. And on July 2021, he was arrested while fleeing to Benin Republic. He was fleeing Nigeria. He was released months later 2023, following political negotiations and pressure from Yoruba elders. You remember the raid that happened in his house and how they found weapons and everything in the house, and how, you know, the army came to his house and how he ran away, how he was imprisoned by the Republic. Suddenly, it was still the politicians that still fought for him to come back. And now he's walking free. He is walking free. The crime of these people I'm calling now, all of them one by one, what they committed and what they say Nnamdi Kanu committed, which one is bigger? Do they have any evidence for Nnamdi Kanu as at now? No. But these people, there is clear evidence to what they did, but they are walking free. Even bigger offenses. None of them committed petty crime. It is treason, it is terrorism, it is weapons, catch of weapons found in their houses, it is, you know, intimidation, it is kidnapping, it is, you know, whatever. But they are all walking free. Let's go on. We're not done yet. Ganiyu Adams. Where is he from? Southwest Yoruba. What is his crime? Militant vigilantism, ethnic clashes, arms possession as an OPC member. You remember Ganiyu Adams, OPC, and the early 2000s, and how them and Obasanjo had issues. He was arrested many times in 2000s, released but never convicted, always due to public pressure and lack of formal charges. This man now, he became the Are Onakakanfo of the Yoruba race, which is the commander-in-chief of the Yoruba Armed Forces. This man, elevated after dragging Nigerian state, committing treason felony, you know, found arming a group called OPC with weapons, disturbing Lagos, disturbing the Southwest, with armed group. The man now is walking free. In fact, he's even a title chief in Yoruba land. Are you seeing what we are?
So guys, you heard what that man said. So if up till now you're still doubting that Nigeria has an Igbo problem, Nnamdi Kanu's case or trial is an eye opener to tell you, or to put it to you, that Nigeria has an Igbo problem. Nigerian government hates that tribe called Igbo. Because tell me what Nnamdi Kanu did that they will, you know, keep him for that place for so long. Now this man just, you know, exposed some people in authority that are actually, you know, causing violence in this country, but no one is doing anything about it because they are not from that tribe called Igbo. So now you heard him mention some of them. He mentioned Asudu Kubo, you know, because this thing, they say that Nnamdi Kanu committed treason and also terrorism, that he has been terrorizing Nigeria, you know, and that then he wants to secede, threat to secede. That is treason. That is why he's still in DSS custody till now. So now, these people that this man mentioned, in one way or the other, committed treason and terrorism. Why are they not in the DSS custody? Why are they not detained? Why then? That's the question we need to be asking ourselves. Why are they walking about freely? Nnamdi Kanu has been in that place for so long with the same clothes every day, even with his health condition. So look at Asari Dukubo. He mentioned Asari Dukubo as the first person. Now, what did Asari Dukubo do? He said he committed terrorism, you know, with his boys, and then, you know, all these confessions are online. Even these Fulani people confess, calls all these politicians as their master. But then what is Nigerian government doing about it? They won't do anything. They will just, you know, applaud them and tell them, don't worry, you can take a bow, you have done well. You know, they'll put them in one position in government. That is one thing, because they are not from the Igbo tribe. Now, I mentioned Asari Dukubo. Asari Dukubo, they said he committed treason with his boys. They busted, you know, caused violence in Nigeria, busted pipelines. They arrested him, and after they released him. One thing in Nigeria is, at first, you're not an Igbo person. Once you commit anything, they will arrest you, and later they will, you know, release you and you start walking about freely like he did not do anything. But if it's an Igbo man that did this thing, that person will rot in jail. That person will rot in jail. That is one person he mentioned, Asari Dukubo. Then he mentioned Tuji Bello. Everybody knows Tuji Bello to be a notorious bandit in Nigeria. In fact, most wanted, because this particular person, hey, has destroyed the whole Nigeria, especially in the north. This person has unlived, many people, sent policemen, military men, army soldiers to their early grave. Like, according to the chief of defense staff, he's now working underground. So this person now, why is it he has not been apprehended? Why is it they are still allowing him to do the keep terrorizing Nigeria? Now, chief of defense staff promised that he's going to bring down to Jibelu, that is going to capture him. That was the promise he made to Nigerians before he entered office. This is 7 months or 8 months and still counting. Nothing has been done. Tichibelo is still going around destroying people's villages, archiving people's villages. Tell me what Tichibelo has not done. All the insecurity happening in the north, probably or definitely he should be the one conducting it. They will tell you that they don't have enough weapons. What the money they are using to build house for Fulani people? Why don't you use that money and invest in insecurity matters to promote insecurity? Because these military men will tell you that Nigeria is not funding us well, this, that. All the money if the DSS is using to fund, all the money they're using to fund in building houses, in building Islamic schools in the north, in Kaduna. Why don't they use it if they truly want to trap this man, if they truly want to bring this man? It's not as if this man is working for Nigeria, because I don't understand how many years now this man has been causing violence and then they have not brought him down. How many years now he has been doing this? Why the chief of defense staff promised that he's going to bring this man down? So if they truly wanted to bring this man down, they would have just, look for ways to, channel the money that they're wasting on irrelevant thing to insecurity to truly bring this man down. The truth is that these Nigerian military men, it's not like they don't have the power to bring these terrorists down, because they don't have weapons. The ones I'm not talking about the ones in authority. I'm talking about the laborers, the one they enslaved, the one they take to Sambisa forest to fight with bare hand, to fight all these terrorists. You see that they end up buying them because they're not weaponized. They don't have weapons to face them. We have seen many videos of these soldiers crying, saying they don't want to come back because they cannot be fighting empty-handed. They're scared of being, why? Because these guys are weaponized. These bad guys, they are weaponized. And then let's ask ourselves, who is giving them all these weapons? Who is giving them drones? Because we have heard, many stories of, drone flying on the air. That drone is detecting where these soldiers are, so that they can come and unleash their plans. So you can see what is giving them, who is giving them this money to buy AK-47, who is giving them the money to buy bullets, who's giving them money to buy other weapons. Because me and you know that these Fulani headers, they don't have money to even take care of themselves. This gun, who is giving them the money? That will leave you with many questions, or that will leave you with many things on your head. So guys, you can see what is happening. So this man mentioned Tuji Bello as one person that has been terrorizing Nigeria, which they have refused to capture this particular person. Imagine if the person, do you know one thing is, the people they call terrorists are actually the innocent one. Why the people that are truly the terrorists, are being pampered. They call them, they say they are not terrorists. The people that are, terrorists, they pamper them in this country, which is not supposed to be so. Which is not supposed to be so. Tell me what Nnamdi Kanu did that will make him to stay in detention for so long. Another person this man mentioned is Sunday Igboho. Now, Sunday Igboho is a Yoruba man. You all know that he is also agitating for Yoruba nation, which is the same thing, which is the same thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is also doing. He wants Igbo to be on their own. Sunday Igboho also did the same thing by saying that and wants Yoruba to be on their own too, which is treason, threats for secession. Now, they arrested him, and after a month, they released him. And then, when they came to his house, according to what this man said, when army came to his house, they found weapons and everything, which they charged him for treason and terrorism. What has happened? They released him. They released him because he's a Yoruba man. But look at Nnamdi Kanu that is also doing the same thing with Sunday Igboho. He's still there. They don't want to release him. Why Sunday Igboho that committed the same treason and terrorism is not, he's out of the prison and then he's working freely, traveling to different countries he likes. This is unfair. This is truly unfair. So another person this man mentioned is Ali Ndume. Ali Ndume is in politics. He's a politician in Nigeria. Look at, with all the things, because according to this man, he said he committed terrorism. That if you check online, there are many confessions made by these bad guys, calling his name as their master. And now what has happened? Where is Nigeria keeping all these evidences of these people terrorizing Nigeria? Why is it they have not brought it out to go after them? Why? Why is the military not after them? Why are they after innocent people? Why are they after innocent people? Why do they want to just silence people that are criticizing them by putting them to jail? Ali Ndume, according to this man, said he committed treason and terrorism. Why is it they have not gone after him? That's to tell you, because Ali Ndume is not an Igbo man. That is why they left him to go, go freely, as if he never did anything. These are people they put in politics. These are our politicians. They even pay their money. Once you commit any crime and you're not from Igbo, they will, applaud you for doing such a thing, and then they will put you in politics and they will pay you a big amount of money. That's to tell you what is happening. These people don't want to release the man Nnamdi Kanu because he's an Igbo man, and then also because they cannot stand him. They cannot stand this man. That is why they have gone and arrest him, your neighbor now, to say that, oh, he committed this, he's a terrorist. They should arrest him. Any attack happening in the southeast or happening all over Nigeria, they will say it is IPOB that have been, terrorizing Nigeria, which is without, they can't even bring their evidence. Now, we cannot say that this person is guilty when there have not been any investigation, when they have not, proven that this person is actually a terrorist or a criminal. So therefore, Nnamdi Kanu is their innocent because none has proven that these people are terrorists or they actually committed treason. Now, let me play a video of this man. This man said a lot of things. I want you guys to, listen to what this man said. Guys, take a look.
The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has accused the United Kingdom government of hypocrisy and colonial bias for supporting Morocco's autonomy plan for Western Sahara while ignoring Biafra's self-determination efforts. IPOB questioned why the UK deems Western Sahara's autonomy as viable while repressing Biafra's movement. IPOB traced the UK's hostility towards Biafra to the Nigerian Biafra war era, accusing the British government of complicity in mass civilian deaths. The group stated that Buhari's actions were driven by oil interest and a desire to preserve its colonial legacy. IPOB called on the UK to end its hypocritical double standards and recognize Biafra's right to self-determination. The group also urged the United Nations and African Union to investigate the UK's role in repressing the Biafran movement while promoting autonomy elsewhere. All right, today I'm delighted to be joined by two esteemed guests. Here in the studio we have Mr. Peter Nasike. Mr. Nasike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He is also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. Great to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. Of course, joining us virtually is Elder Lekia Christian. He is a public affairs analyst, social justice crusader, and president of the Niger Delta Coalition Against Violence. We understand that Elder Lekia is not here with us, but let's start out with Mr. Anosike, taking a look at this situation. Isn't the UK's endorsement of autonomy for Western Sahara while ignoring Biafra's claim a blatant case of geopolitical hypocrisy rooted in oil interests and colonial guilt?
Well, times differ.
Okay.
We cannot 60s and 20s are not the same thing. Right now, there's more enlightenment, there's more exposure, but the policy and programs of every country in the world, apart from Africa, is governed by interest. Understand me? It is governed by interest, not humanitarian. Because after the first military coup, which killed Aguiyi, Gowon has wanted his people to move out of the country. That is, Gowon and the North wanted that to separate from Nigeria on their own. So then, what they were shouting was Araba, meaning secession. They were already on their own to leave Nigeria and stay on their own. It was the British government that told them, now you have power. Don't run, stay and take authority. So it was the British government that gave the North, that's the courage that to stay in the country, because they were scared. Understand? Then, but Ojukwu on his own part, I can say, because he was a patriot. He has every reason to have won this war. Understand me? Because Russia was ready to come to the aid of Biafra. Understand? So all that Ojukwu would have done is just that, to sign a 40-year, 50-year agreement with Russia. And Russia will fight on behalf of Biafra. But Ojukwu, I will use that was stubborn. Ojukwu was stubborn. Ojukwu said no to all the proposed, because their own interest was also oil, what they would gain. The same thing with Britain, what they would gain. Understand me? So Ojukwu refused, and they decided that to go that to war alone. Understand me? Now, Britain was able that to rally France and other Western powers for Nigeria. If we just left between Nigerian soldiers and Biafran soldiers, there would have been no way Biafran soldiers would have defeated the Biafran army. So it was the British government that came to their aid with France and other Western powers. That was the only reason why Biafra was defeated. And it took them more than 3 years for them to do it. But if Ojukwu had signed an agreement with Russia, there would have been no way they would have defeated Biafra. Because Biafra was already refining crude oil on their own. They were already refining jet oil on their own. They were already building assault rifles and so on and so forth. Understand me? Biafra have their own radio developed internally. So it was Ojuku's patriotism, understand me, and again the sabotage of the help of the British government that made Biafra to be defeated. And still then, this war had not ended. Because in 1959, British government rigged our election, rigged our census in favor of the North. Until today, they are still supporting the northern part of the country. Reason, because they see the northern people as people that they can easily manipulate. British government see the northern part of the country as people that they can easily manipulate, that they can easily take advantage of. They saw the people in the south as very wise and courageous and so on and so forth. So their direct rule worked in the north because they have a kind of a central system of government where they respected their MAS. But in the south, especially in the southeast, they don't have a strong traditional institutions. That's why they have to appoint warrant chiefs in the southeast or in eastern Nigeria. So it is easy to rule somebody who has no mind of his own. You give him mind. That's somebody who has a mind of his own. So Easterners have mind of their own. It's not easy to control them. So that's why the North is favoring the British government is favoring the northern part of the country.
Well, with this recent call of IPOB, is it that they don't understand or have the information you have in terms of the rich history on how all of this have played out during the Civil War? Because if they are waiting for this same United Kingdom to recognize Biafra now, happen. Is it ever going to happen?
Because they are already struggling on their own.
Are you talking about Britain?
Britain is already struggling on their own, and that's why they moved out of EU. Understand me?
Brexit.
So in Europe, or the center is no more holding, and someone who is struggling.
So guys, you heard what that man said. Now let's talk about the things that man talked about. Everything he said there are all true. That man, made sense in everything he said. Now he talked about the North. You know that the North, they are more easily to be convinced. They are easily convinced. So that is why you can see that the Britain made their ways. You know that the Britain, what they wanted was the oil in Nigeria. So they saw the southeast. They saw that these people are no-go area. So they now met the North that can be easily convinced. Now, Ojukwu, according to what this man said, Ojukwu would have won that war. But because of the collaboration with the North and Britain, that is why you can see that it's really hard for Biafrans to strive on, because you can see what is happening now, the way that Nigerian government are treating the Igbos. You can see what is happening, the way Nigerian government are treating the Igbos. And now there's this news that said that foreigners don't want African country to strive. that the president is a puppet. There was this allegation against the president that is working for them is a puppet. So that is why you see that the Fulanese are doing what they are doing today in this country, and nobody is saying anything about it. That is why you can see that these people are doing these people are causing violence, terrorizing the whole Nigeria, buying people, committing many crimes, committing atrocities, and then no one is talking about it. The president is not saying anything about it. Now, why did this man say that, these people are collaborating with the North? Why did this man say such a thing? Now, number one reason why he said this was because the Nigerian governments, one, Nigerian governments are just, siding one particular tribe. They're sidelining one tribe, which is the Fulanese, or you can actually call them. At first, when Nnamdi Kanu was telling these people that these Fulanese are not part of it, they were when Nnamdi Kanu was telling the Northerners that you see these Fulanese, they are not part of you. They did not believe. They said we are one. They said we are brothers. What is happening today, guys? Nnamdi Kanu was, trying to make it clear. He saw the future that this particular Fulanese, they are not part of you guys, but they did not listen. They said that we are one. Everybody knows how these Fulanese came into existence in Nigeria, how they were brought to this country. Now, there was this man, Dele Farotimi said it all. Dele Farotimi explained how these people came into existence, the Fulanis, how they came into Nigeria, which did not agree that they were one. Now, this was how he said it. He said that APC, he mentioned a particular man that his political party is APC. He mentioned his name, and then he said that this man imported. I think I'm going to play that video for you guys. He said this man imported these people, imported Fulanis from Sierra Leone, from Chad, from Niger, from Senegal to Nigeria, just to terrorize Nigeria. This is their plan. That is why I tell you, it's as if there's a collaboration between the Nigerian government and, because I don't understand why you're bringing people, foreigners, terrorists from another country to Nigeria to terrorize your people, to take over your land, which Nnamdi Kanu saw on time and was telling them, look at the danger at hand. These people you're saying is your brother, they are not your brothers. These people are terrorists. Now, what is happening now? The Northerners are on the run. The Northerners are crying because these Fulani people are now destroying their farmland, manhandling girls, their girls, destroying schools, burning down their houses, raping people's wives, buying both men and women, old and young, in the north. They are now on the run. When you come to the southeast, they are doing the same thing. So you see what Nnamdi Kanu has been saying, that these people are not part of you people. These people are not part of you people. So these Fulani people were sent to come and, destroy Nigeria, to come and make insecurity high. And then the people that are terrorizing Nigeria, the people that are the master of terrorism, the people that have the award, grandmasters of terrorism, where are they today in Nigeria? They are working freely. In fact, according to what this man said, he said that, there are even politicians in Nigeria. Some are is a chief in Yoruba land. Some are titled chief in Yoruba land. These are people that are truly, some are in, according to what that man said, some are politicians in Nigeria. These are people that are terrorizing Nigeria, that doesn't want Nigeria to, to have peace, that their personal gain is just their pockets. But look at an innocent man, Nnamdi Kanu, that just wants the freedom of the Igbos. Because truly, Nigerian government has, or Nigeria has an Igbo problem. Nigeria has an Igbo problem. So look at what is happening. And then they still went to, detain him even up till now. And according to what is happening, Nnamdi Kanu will soon be freed because there is no evidence to show that this man truly is a terrorist. Now, guys, I just want you to take a look at this video. This man said many things too. He said many things concerning the way he said many things concerning he said many things concerning Nnamdi Kanu's case, and also listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said about the terrorists. Listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warning terrorists, warning Nigerian government of what is coming, which they refuse to hear. Guys, take a look.
Are you not afraid for your life? And what happens?
I am dead already.
And at what happens if anything happens to you now? Do you have succession plans?
I am dead already. I was pouring some water, I do apologize. I am dead already. The only thing that can bring me back to life is Biafra. This life is meaningless without freedom, not just freedom. As I said before, I traveled to England to study for a reason and for a purpose. You cannot tell me that in England, they have gas piped all the way from the Scottish gas fields. There is 24 hours a day electricity. There is gas. If you're homeless or if you're unemployed, the government can give you what is called housing benefit. You can pay your rent and live in a decent home. They also give you money to feed as well. If I cannot do those things for my people, then my life is meaningless. So as I am right now, I'm already dead. I'm only waiting for Biafra to revive me and to resuscitate me. And I feel and I do pray that most other Africans should feel the way that I do. Because Africa is a failure because we fail to address the core and the key issues affecting our lives. We intend to change that. And by the grace of God Almighty in heaven, we shall be successful. My life doesn't matter anymore. What matters is Biafra. Everything else is irrelevant. And the zoo government, they know it. Everything is irrelevant. The only thing that matters to me, God is my witness, is Biafra, nothing more. I'm not doing anything. I don't have a car. I have nothing. The only promise I said to God is, give me Biafra, that's all. I don't want anything else. What am I doing with money? What am I doing with cars? I don't need them. The Biafra I do need.
Today is the 9th day of the countdown leading to Nnamdi Kanu's court case, which will be on the 13th of June. As you are aware, yesterday, being the 10th day of the countdown, we made certain demands demanding that he should be granted bail or sent to the appropriate institution. Well, today, we are taking a step further, and this time we are demanding the complete and unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we make this demand because we believe that Nnamdi Kanu is unjustly and for obvious reasons clear for everybody to see, ethnically profiled and targeted. Perhaps if there were people who did not believe that the Igbos are unjustly and wrongly treated in the Nigerian state, Nnamdi Kanu's trial should be an eye-opener and a clear event to convince you otherwise. And if you're still doubting, I'm going to read out a list, comprehensive one, of people who are walking free in this country. And these people have threatened the Nigerian state. In fact, these people have committed more than enough to land them in prison, more than enough to land them in firing squad. I'm telling you the fact. But for one reason or the other, they are still walking free without handcuff. Walking free in this country. In fact, many of them, as you are aware, are even doing business with Nigeria. They are even doing contracts for Nigeria. Some of them are even in politics. Some of them are in institutions, they are smiling, moving up and down the country. They are free men. But one thing all of them have in common is that they are not Igbos. It's only an Igbo man who can do something in this country, and the security agencies and the federal government will tell you, don't worry, just take a bow and go. Don't worry. It was a mistake. We forgive you. Take a bow and go. But when an Igbo man does it, all hell will be let loose. Without taking your time, please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Very important. Watch this video to the end, because I'm going to be telling you the reasons why Nigerian government must release Nnamdi Kanu immediately. Look at this funny list I'm going to read out to you, and you will be shocked at the depth of ethnic bias, and tribalism when it comes to exerting justice, neutrality in this country. It is too much. I'll read. Okay. This is a list of people in Nigeria who have committed high-level treason and various crimes against the state, against the security agencies, against the Nigerian people, and yet are walking free. Number 1 on the list, Asari Dokubo. He is from the South, and his crime is treason. He was arrested for treason, insurrection, and threats to national security, as you are aware. Asari Dokubo, with his Niger Delta People's Volunteer Force in the early 2000s, wreaked havoc, kidnapped, killed security agencies, and destroyed Nigeria's pipelines and oil facilities. And he was arrested in 2005. He was released on bail 2007. And after that, he accepted amnesty 2009, and he remains active in politics. He remains active in politics. He is working free. He's a free man. So now you have finished killing our army and our police and kidnapping oil, workers, and bombing everything, losing Nigeria, our commonwealth. That is committing treason. And all you can do is to bring him into politics and pamper him. Don't worry, you are okay. Yeah? Don't worry, you are okay. Carry on, my boy. Even giving him money, pay him salary every month after committing treason and crimes against the country. Let's go on. Asari Dokubo, number 1. Number 2, Bello Turuji. He's from Fulani. What is his crime? Banditry, mass killings, terrorism in Zamfara State and Sokoto State. He has been never apprehended or arrested, despite being on the terror watch list. He was in 2021 and 2022 unofficially pardoned. Let me tell you, at that time, he was unofficially pardoned during a negotiation that was trying to get peace efforts. I think it was Sheikh Gumi that was involved in that negotiation as at that time. Sheikh Gumi, that controversial sheikh. So as at 2021 and 22, that was under Buhari, he was pardoned. Check that out. You can imagine. You can imagine, for a whole criminal. And many believe that he was shielded from justice for tactical reasons. Protecting criminals. People who have unalived army, unalived police, executed them, send them down to the dungeons, send them to the early graves. Manhandled our young girls, abused them. Because he's from a certain tribe, he say, take a bow and go. Let's go on. Let's go on. Ali Ndume. You all know Senator Ali Ndume. He's from Northeast, he's from Kanuri. His crime his crime, which we all remember, he had alleged ties with Boko Haram, allegedly named in a confession by a Boko Haram member. Remember, Ali Ndume, when people were calling him Boko Haram sponsor, Boko Haram terrorist, Boko Haram sponsor, and he was arrested. But listen, he was granted bail and he continues in the Senate, eventually cleared by the court due to lack of direct evidence. Where is he from? Northeast. He still remains a powerful senator in Borno State. Where are all this evidence you people are getting for these people? Where are you people keeping them? Aside Okubo's own, where is it? Where is Alun Dume's evidence? Where is it? Because you arrested him with evidence, and so suddenly you let him to go. Where did you keep the evidence? Let's go on. Sunday Igboho, ethnic group, is from Yoruba. Crime committed, arms possession, incitement, secessionist threats, and Yoruba Nation campaign, threat to secede, which is also treason and terrorism. And on July 2021, he was arrested while fleeing to Benin Republic. He was fleeing Nigeria. He was released months later, 2023, following political negotiations and pressure from Yoruba elders. You remember the raid that happened in his house and how they found weapons and everything in the house, and how the army came to his house and how he ran away, how he was imprisoned in Benin Republic. Suddenly, it was still the politicians that still fought for him to come back, and now he's walking free. He is walking free. The crime that these people I'm calling now, all of them one by one, what they committed and what they say Nnamdi Kanu committed, which one is bigger? Do they have any evidence for Nnamdi Kanu as at now? No. But these people, there is clear evidence to what they did, but they are walking free. Even bigger offenses. None of them committed petty crime. It is treason, it is terrorism, it is weapons, catch of weapons found in their houses, it is, intimidation, it is kidnapping, it is, whatever. But they are all walking free. Let's go on. We're not done yet. Ganiyu Adams. Where is he from? Southwest Yoruba. What is his crime? Militant vigilantism, ethnic clashes, arms possession as an OPC member. You remember Ganiyu Adams, OPC, and the early 2000s, and how them and Obasanjo had issues. He was arrested many times in 2000s, released but never convicted, always due to public pressure and lack of formal charges. This man now, he became the Are Onakakanfo of the Yoruba race, which is the commander-in-chief of the Yoruba Armed Forces. This man, elevated after dragging Nigerian state, committing treason felony, found arming a group called OPC with weapons, disturbing Lagos, disturbing the Southwest, with armed group. The man now is walking free. In fact, he's even a title chief in Yoruba land. Are you seeing what we are?
So guys, let's talk about what Nnamdi Kanu said. So Nnamdi Kanu said that everything in Nigeria is irrelevant because they have refused to solve the main problem. Where the problem is coming from, the roots of the problem of Nigeria, they have refused to tackle it. And that is why you see what is happening in Nigeria. They have refused to solve the main problem of Nigeria. And that is why he wants Biafra. And therefore, he wants Biafra. According to him, he said he's already dead. That the only thing that will revive him is Biafra. He said, as a matter of fact, Nigeria is a zoo country. It's a useless country. That the only thing that will make sense to him is when Biafra comes to a reality, and that is what he wants. That is what he has been asking God for Biafra to come. He said that his life is useless if he cannot give his people Biafra. So that is why Nnamdi Kanu is always saying that he doesn't care if he still remains in DSS custody, that he doesn't care if he stays an extra year again, that as far as he's fighting for his people, that he doesn't care. As far as that Biafra will come to reality, as far as that he's doing this for his people. What does this tell you about Nnamdi Kanu? He's a fearless man, and that is why Nigerian government have refused to release him. Nigerian government cannot stand him because he did not do anything. Nigerian government cannot stand that man. Look at what according to this video you just watched now, he mentioned people that are politicians, that are chief in Yoruba land, that are politicians in Nigeria that committed big crimes, not petite crime. Big crime, bigger than the one they claimed Nnamdi Kanu did, which they can't even prove that Nnamdi Kanu did it, which makes Nnamdi Kanu innocent. They can't even prove that this is what they cannot prove. In his trial, the DSS witness has not proved anything to say, okay, yes, this man actually committed treason, this man actually committed terrorism. They can't prove it. So you can see politicians in Nigeria, they actually committed big crimes, not even small crimes, big crime. They can't prove. People that committed big crimes, that it is all over the internet. Yes, you can actually say, yes, this man, this is what you did. Why Nnamdi Kanu? You can't even prove that, yes, he committed that crime. But all these people in all these politicians in Nigeria, you can actually point out that this is what they did. They committed big crime, but yet they are working freely. They are being paid salary. They are pampered because they are not Igbos. Because they are not Igbos. So guys, you can see what is happening in Nigeria. So in conclusion, according to how Nnamdi Kanu's trial is going, according to how it's going, it's looking like Nnamdi Kanu will soon be released because the judge has said it. You guys should round up this, told the DSS, round up this thing. Let's close this case. Round this thing up. Let's close it. Because you guys have just been dragging us to the court for nothing. You can't even prove this man. You called him a terrorist. You said he committed treason. Prove that he's a terrorist. They can't even bring good evidence. They have been bringing so many evidence, even the ones they maxed. None. Out of thousands of witnesses they have brought, none can prove that this man truly committed treason. None can prove that truly this man is a terrorist. So why are you now wasting our time in courts? Why are you still keeping that man there? Why? This is the questions Nigeria should be asking. Because they cannot prove. If you say this person is a thief, you should come and prove. The truth is that these courts, everybody knows in Nigeria, in Nigerian court, in any courts outside this country, knows that someone is not guilty or someone is innocent or else he's proven guilty. It is presumed that someone is innocent or else he is proven guilty. So, people that accused Nnamdi Kanu that he committed treason, that is a terrorist, can't even prove that this man is a terrorist. So, therefore, Nnamdi Kanu is not a criminal. He's an innocent man. All the allegations brought from by Nigerian government, none of them is true. They are all lies. Even to the extent that DSS are now lying with the witnesses they are bringing, they are even lying, which the judge has confirmed. So it is looking like Nnamdi Kanu will soon be released. So guys, drop a comment below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I'll still come back and update you guys on what is happening. Like I said, today is the 8th day to Nnamdi Kanu's trial continuation. His trial continuation is on the 13th of June 2025. Guys, don't miss that update. Don't miss that update. So guys, thank you for joining my live section and I'll see you next time. Thank you.